I want to share with you a powerful and moving performance you won't want to miss. Happening tonight and tomorrow, it's Women of Resistance. It's a show that brings to life the incredible true stories of 7 women who defied the odds during World War II. It's a stunning visual and musical experience you won't want to miss. And welcome to Vicki Shell. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Roxanne.
You're the creator of all this. How did this come about?
Oh, it's a funny story, but I discovered the newspapers that are the backdrop for these paintings in the basement of an old house in the south of France. And the next day I visited a resistance museum, and I had an emotional breakdown in the museum when I learned the importance of women to defeating the Nazis. And without the women, the Allies very likely would not have won the war.
So they had a pivotal role, and you share these 7 stories. Okay, behind us, we have the artwork. And this is artwork that you created from these newspaper clippings.
Yes, and then I painted oil on top of it, gesso, and then oil paint on top of it, and people came to the gallery. We had an art exhibit. They wanted to know, who are these women? What's this about? And I said, well, I wrote little stories, and you just have to read them, and nobody would bother. And
they just wanted to look at the pictures.
They just wanted to look at the pictures and be told. And if I would tell them the stories, they would often get very emotional. I could tell they were moved. And then one day, out of total ignorance, I said, let's do a stage production, not knowing what I was getting into. That was in 2022. I called my friend Warren Slim Williams, who's our composer, but has a lot of experience. He's actually won Cannes Film Festival Awards and Juno Awards. And Slim,
and he said,
okay,
let's do this. Okay, so we're looking at some video right now of the production. This looks amazing. Okay, I want to talk about Josephine Baker. She's one of the stories that you share her story.
Yes. A young woman who fled St. Louis because of the race riots, but she became the darling of Paris, very young, and like the Beyonce of her day. And because she could move, and very few people could move and travel, and because she was a woman of color, they didn't realize how smart she was, and she was able to give information to the Allies that they would not have had any other way. And I recently read a very well-documented book that said, without Josephine Baker, the Allies may not have won the war.
That's an amazing role that she has. You know what? I love that you're bringing these stories to life and celebrating and honoring women, I should say, who played this pivotal role. I also want to find out, though, talk about the significance today and why these stories do need to be retold.
Well, I think a lot of women feel powerless today. A lot of people feel powerless. And these stories, I mean, if I'm feeling like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, I think of these women and what they did and how they put their lives on the line and how they succeeded and how most of them lived very long lives afterwards. They gave selflessly to what they believed was right.
That's interesting. You said, they lived these lives that, as heroines, as accomplishing what they did, and then went on to live long lives. And
one of them lived to be 105.
That's wonderful. So which one?
Andre Peel.
Okay. If you were to look at all their works and all their stories, what's one of the most significant things or things that the audience might be surprised about that has come about in your research?
They all had a love for the principles of France, which were liberté, freedom, fraternité, community or brotherhood, and égalité, equality. And they all shared that same love, and that is what they worked for. And regardless of people's politics, everyone shares these values, and we can all relate to doing what's right.
Sure, that's a great message. We all want to do what's right, and at our core as human beings, we all have this sense of wanting the same things for ourselves and our family and our loved one and our community. Yeah. So what can we see tonight in the show? What our audience is going to really enjoy the most?
Well, our dancers are extraordinary. The music is amazing, and we have incredible projections that's going on along with it, with real footage from the time that helps tell the story. And then there's a little surprise in the interludes, and you're going to learn something, but you're going to be moved. You're going to come out of there feeling like, yes, I can.
Girl power.
Yeah.
It's a great combination
Yeah.
of being inspired, being educated, going into that history. We'd love it. And look at you, Vicki. You thought you couldn't do this. You said, what am I getting myself into?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
looking at that video, the show's going to be amazing.
It's going to be great.
There's all the information for you, so check it out tonight. Tickets are still available.
And good seats, too.
Okay, womenofresistance.org, right there in New Tampa.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Want to